What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop, and I'm back with a review, but it's a special kind of review because I've got the owner of the product with me here, and I figured out that I don't know a lot of stuff when it comes to a lot of these products. So, and then I end up just making shit up, and I get stuff wrong. So I figured this time I'm going to have the owner with me, and we're going to talk about this product together. And if you haven't guessed by now, it's called the Nubber. All right, so yes, let's bring on Bill, inventor of the Nubber. What is going on, Bill?
Doing great, buddy. How about you? You taking care?
I am taking care, and you have a whole line of products in front of you. But I just want to show everybody what you make. This is the Nubber. It looks like a cigar. It even has a cool ash on it. But, I mean, and you can't even see that seam when you unscrew it. It is actually a nub tool underneath, a dual prong nub tool, which will allow you to hold on to your cigar. Now, everybody knows that I make a nub tool as well, and I don't have a problem promoting other people's products. There's plenty of customers to go around. Maybe someone doesn't necessarily want one of my products, so I try and get them to a product that will satisfy them. And this is a product you make. This is like a Bellicoso. And this is like like your traditional Toro Robusto. That's more of like a Robusto. And I absolutely love it. I've been using it for about a week now. And actually, I was using it for a couple of days before I realized there's a magnet on the end of that. And I'm like, oh, how cool is that? So now I just keep it up there. You can see there's a threaded insert. There's a threaded piece here that's got the dual nubs. And like I said, look at that cool ash. So I'm going to show everybody here. Okay, the cool ash over here. We'll split it off here. So let's start at the beginning before we get into the different styles that you make. What got you into are you a wood turner by trade? Where is your abilities? Where'd you come from?
Actually, I'm a former Navy vet, third generation. My father, my grandfather, and I believe my great grandfather all retired from the Navy. And I did my time, then went back into the commercial workforce. Now I'm a professional project manager for a major banking institution. And wood turning is just something I did to keep me busy on the weekends and have some fun and out from underneath my wife's feet. So I was told one point, don't you have a hobby? And I said, that's why I got married. I got slapped for that, and then I had to go buy a lathe. So,
and they're addicting.
They are. They very much are. They very much are.
I mean, I didn't have mine for 6 months before I bought a second one. So
I just bought my second one recently,
man,
just so I could keep up with production needs. But I picked up cigar smoking here in the last couple of years, and needless to say, if I'm out in the shop doing wood turning, it's not really a smart idea to have a live ember nearby, especially when you've got wood chips flying everywhere. So I was trying to find a way to keep the cigar from causing a safety issue while I was able to be out in the shop and have some fun. Ended up coming up with a little prototype, ended up showing it to a couple of guys that were asking about it. They started throwing out some ideas. I started playing with some ideas, took it as a challenge for my woodworking, and just kept evolving it. And the product today essentially is based off a lot of feedback, a lot of really good people that I've been blessed with in my life, good friends, good men, good women, and just having a lot of fun with it. I wasn't really taking it as something serious to do as a business. Until we went to an event in Keller here in Texas for a local cigar smoking group, and they had this major raffle, and they were looking for folks to donate some stuff for the raffle. So I went in with 20 of them, and people went nuts over them. And the next thing I know, I've got a guy sitting next to me coming up and talking to me for like 2 hours. And he's saying, I have my own vineyard and my own cigar out in California, and I'm going to be showing at IPCPR at the end of, or in the middle of 2019. Come on out and sit at my table. You don't got to pay for nothing. I'll be glad to have you come out, just show it. Next thing I know, we're out there last year, and I'm being introduced to Kurt Van Keppel, and I'm being introduced to Cynthia Fuente and Berta Brava, the Guayabera shirt lady. And I have no idea who these royalty are in the cigar industry at the time. I'm out there with Brian Shannock from Shannock Cellars and Cigars. He was the one that invited me out there, and I went out there with my local cigar shop owners, and they're standing there with me, and I'm like, these people are great. I can't believe they're that enthused about the product, and all of a sudden they're turning white, and I'm like, what's your problem? They were like, that's Cynthia Fuente of Fuente Cigars.
Yeah.
That's Kurt Van Keppel of Cigars.
You know, it's always, and he's not with Cigars anymore, correct?
Not anymore, no.
Okay, not anymore. So yeah, so it's always weird when you meet these people, and I mean, I guess it still is weird for me. You know, when someone like a cigar manufacturer, like a famous cigar manufacturer, will send me a text message, or you know, if he has my phone number, or send me a message on Facebook, and he's using one of my cigar props. And he's like, "Hey, good product," and I'm like, "Get out of here!" You know, yeah, it's like exactly. I didn't even know you bought one, and because I give some away, but yeah, some of these people go out and buy one, and it's still weird. You know, I've been doing this for a couple of years, and that feeling never goes away when people, you know, come up to you. Like I said, I was at an event, and Pete Johnson just walked by, and he kind of did a double take. He's like, "Hey, you know," Kevin comes up, and I'm like, you know, and I've known Pete for a couple of years. I'm like, get out of here, you know, just like, you're Pete Johnson. Go talk to other famous, more important people. So these are the different tools in front of you. Can you show us like what do you got? What are your different ones?
Well, the primary line that we have right now, these over here are just the ones that are examples of customization, but this one is my torpedo shape. This one I made because I wanted to do something as a nod to my heritage, my father, my grandfather, and their time in the Navy as well. I figured a torpedo shaped cigar was perfect for that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Exactly. Then I've got the classic Nubber, which is our Toro sized. I've got the shortest of our group for the men, which is our Gordito shaped. It's just about another ½ inch to an inch shorter. Then I've got, for those baseball fans, what we call the King, because one of my friends who was instrumental in the feedback and encouraging me to take this past it being a hobby and making them for gifts, if you will. He's a baseball friend. He's a baseball friend, and he just loves baseball. So this one, his grandchildren call him the King, so I called this one the King. And then we've got our models for the ladies. All of these are in lipstick cases, just like the other models. They all have a magnet on the end. This is nice for when you've got, here, I'll just pull this over here for a second. If you're out on the golf course and you don't want to put it on the green, or if you're sitting somewhere and it's so short that you can't put it on the rest of your ashtray, you can put it on the side of your ashtray or set it on the actual saddle of the ashtray. And that way you can let it go ahead and continue to rest without being difficult to handle.
Now is that an actual lipstick case, or did you make that?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
so,
how cool.
So these are actual lips. Sorry, not familiar with this all that time. They have the same 2 prongs. They have the same magnet, but they're all in lipstick cases. But these were for the ladies because, I mean, we know that we have Sisters of the Leaf as well.
Yeah.
And here's another one in a gold. Most of my lady customers, when they purchase this one, the reason they like it so much is they're like, oh, I am gonna bling this out and customize it for myself.
Oh yeah,
and they absolutely love that. But just like our traditional models, all of them have a screw-off cap, and the magnet actually came about because we wanted to be able to have a place to hold the cap without having to put it in your pocket, or without having to put it on a stand next to it. It has a 3-pound pull neodymium magnet built into the base.
I didn't know that. I didn't even think about putting it on the other end. I was just, yeah, I was just setting the cap off to the side. I'm like, man, I'm gonna lose this cap one day.
Well, believe me, you're not far off, because honestly, I've got enough of these already here at the house, and now I have one of the new air humidors. So I keep all of them on the side of the humidor. So I just grab the one I want to use that afternoon.
So super cool. What a good idea. So I definitely like that. Now, have you ever thought of and which I don't know because of how difficult it would be with the ash. You ever think about making a box press, a square?
I have, but I haven't had much luck getting that done. The turning process with it ends up being a little bit more challenging because of the internal mechanics. You end up having a box that ends up being larger than your standard box press will be to be able to get the hardware inside and still be able to get it done correctly.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now. That would be, you know what? Yeah, it wouldn't be that. It would definitely be bigger for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be bigger than this. So
Correct.
so it may not look more like a traditional cigar. So okay.
But I'm still working on it. And I'm hoping to find out some news here in the next maybe 3 months regarding a different option that maybe I can go with a box press approach as well.
Okay, yeah, because you got a lot of box press guys, and like I said, if you could make them as a single prong and make it thinner, you got the Lancero guys. You know, those are weird people. You know, with their stupid long cigars.
Nice, Kevin.
You know, Lancero people are weird people. People know that, so I say it all the time.
But I would probably say in the entire time of doing this so far, I think probably one of the
You froze up for a second.
We had gone out there, and at the end of the evening, I had a gentleman come up and tap me on the shoulder. And as I turned around, I realized this gentleman was wearing braces from his mid-thigh down. And he was walking on two hand canes as well, keeping himself stable. And he was still very, very shaky because I immediately understood that he had a neuromuscular disease. I only knew about it as quickly as I did because my son has been diagnosed with it. And thanks to the blessings of the Lord, we still have him with us, and we're going to continue to count our blessings each day. But he literally looked at me and asked if he could get a business card. And honestly, I lost it. He said he wanted to see if he could get a business card so he could get one, so it would make it easier for him to be able to hold his cigar.
Yeah.
Because of the shaking in his hands.
Okay.
And that literally I broke down. I had friends with me, and I literally broke down, and they had to come over and say, "Look, we've known him long enough. There's a reason why he's broken down. You don't know why. It's okay. He wants you to have this." And they gave him one at my request because they knew that I would never turn that away. And it was just that meaningful that it wasn't just a cosmetic or a status gift product. It was something that could actually mean something of value to somebody that could enjoy it. So that meant a lot to me in the situation. But most of my orders right now either come in saying, we're looking for the traditional models. We don't necessarily want them to be customized because we want to customize them ourselves. Or a lot of my customers, about 50-50 right now, are contacting me and saying, "Hey, look, I'm in a fraternity. I'm former military. I was in this fraternity. I was in this sorority. I want one that looks like my favorite cigar organization." Yeah, and that's what I do. Or I've got a lot of guys who even send me bands. Here's one that we did to mimic the Monte Cristo Monte, if I can figure out which way to go.
Oh yeah.
But again, I mean, they send me the bands, and once again, set up the exact same way as all of the other products: 2 prongs, the magnet in the end, and you've got the simulated ash. A lot of our customers tell us how much they love the idea that when they're packing up to go on vacation or for a weekend or even for a herf, they can just grab their Nubber and throw it in their travel door. or
Oh, yeah.
and it just goes in there like the regular cigar does, and they're good to go. But it's just been a lot of fun. And like I said earlier on, I've been blessed with a lot of really good people around me. My local cigar shop is called Tobacco Cabana. They're here in Cedar Hill, Texas, and they sold me my first cigar.
Oh, wow.
They were the first ones when they saw these, they came to me and they said, "Can you make us a box with our logo on it?" Sure. I've had multiple local cigar organizations contact me. Can you do one for our organization? This one's for North Texas Cigar Society. This one's for the Puros group on Facebook. There's another local group called the Smoking Aristocrats. They're here locally. And they're just like, we want something that says it's us. Yep. Or we want our organization and we want to personalize it with an individual's name. And that just seems to be what they like. So things have just really taken off. And right now we've hired on 1 or 2 folks to help out with production. And we're also working with our attorneys to see if we can't locate a manufacturer, which we are really hoping to find as quickly as possible so that we can get the internal price point down so we can make the retail price a little bit more comfortable for everybody. But we want to make sure that, I mean, we've got the right one. And our attorneys are working with us to help us find one. And if anybody sees this or hears this and they think they may know somebody, please feel free to reach me at www.nubber.com, THENUBBER.com. But we've got a website up right now. You can go out there, see our products, see some of the samples, contact me. I'll be glad to work with you individually for orders. We also have a Facebook group or a Facebook page out right now, and we have an Instagram page up, and I'm currently working on getting YouTube content up myself for the product. We want to be able to show some of the amenities. We want to be able to show some of the maintenance that you can do after you've had it for a while. We want to be able to make sure the product isn't just a fly-by-night. We want to make sure it's something that if you're investing in something that's handcrafted, we want to make sure you've got something that's worth being handcrafted.
Exactly. So what are the retail pricing on these and the various styles that you have?
Right now, all of our traditional models, the ladies and the traditional ones, when they're uncustomized, they're $30 per unit. If you want them customized, unless it's a really serious customization outside of what I've normally done in the past, all customizations are around $5 each.
Wow, I think you're charging too little. As a wood turner, I've looked at this and go, and I've seen it like, I don't know how this isn't $50. I mean, and I know that would be a tough nut to crack, for most people to have a nub tool for $50. But this is just, I mean, it's stunning. I mean, the craftsmanship is just unbelievable. I love it. Now, when someone buys just one off your website, a traditional one, what is the band? What is the band that's on it? Because, like I said, people can see this is actually, I had a Cigar Prop logo. What's that?
The uncustomized one, which looks like this, that's just the natural wood color.
Oh, okay.
Now, if they want it customized, again, if they're wanting one done like the Monty, where somebody is providing me with cigar bands, I'm going to use the actual cigar band.
Yeah.
Now, that being in the case, I don't smoke everything that's out there, nor can I afford it, according to my wife. So, if you want one that's with your favorite cigar, contact me. Send me your bands. I've just sent out 2 today with Opus X 20-year anniversaries. I've got 2 more sitting in an envelope waiting for me to do tomorrow. The other ones that I do, which are the ones where I've customized them as much as I can. This is the United States Navy emblem, but these are water slide decals that I use. And there's a technique that I've learned that allows the ink not to slide off once you get it on, and once you're getting it to stay on there. And that process works real well for it. I mean, I've got one right now that I've had for going on a year now. It hasn't even started. to give me any grief. And it's probably the least concerning thing about the product.
Okay, and then it probably wouldn't be too hard. I mean, for most people, if they ordered a regular one, you know, just to put their own. I mean, it'd be a little bit wonky. You could probably glue your own band on there if you had something, you know, or a sticker, you know. But I like it. It's super cool. I was wondering how you did that, because that label is just. We'll definitely have to talk about that afterwards on that label. You know, that is super cool. I love it. So now, what is your turnaround? So obviously you don't have all the labels in stock. Eventually, when you because like I said, if someone contacted me, you're like, hey, you know, I'd like something custom with this, because I do some custom stuff with bands, not on my nub tools, but other stuff. I have the majority of bands. I probably have 2,000 bands laying around, but yeah, I know.
I'm an amateur compared to you there, Kevin. I'm going to tell you that.
They're everywhere. I'm staring at, just sitting behind or beside my desk here, you know, a couple hundred of them in a container. So someone sends you a band, and what's your turnaround time on that?
Well, I normally try to keep a handful of each one of the models available and ready to be customized if somebody wants one that needs to be customized.
Okay. Yeah.
I normally try to keep about a handful of each model available, so that if an order comes in, I can get it turned around in a relatively quick manner. But I mean, I received the bands for the 2 Opus X ones that had been ordered. I received the bands yesterday. When I got the bands, I sent the customer the invoice. I had them on today, got the finished work done, and I happened to be able to get them out the door today.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best case scenario. My normal turnaround, what I normally try to quote to folks, is anywhere between 3 to 7 working days. That's just to make sure that if life occurs, or if I have to deal with things outside of the business that maybe take up that lifetime, that I've got that time to make sure I'm managing my priorities correctly. If somebody's looking to do a large batch order, which I have had retailers contact me, and they've asked me, if we give you the bands, or I have a cigar, I'm going to send you the bands, I want 50 of them. If somebody wants to do a order like that, and they're wanting to do a batch of 50, I will work with them on the price, and we will bring the price point down accordingly to help them, because that's a batch order.
Yeah.
But on the individuals, those bands, I mean, these I make by hand, unless it's the band, the cigar band itself. All of the other ones, I'm creating the artwork, I'm sending the artwork back to the customer. They're replying back, confirming that they approve that. That's when I go and I print it, and then I will go and start assembling it. But again, once I've got the band printed, at that point, it's almost like the cigar band just showed up in the mail. That's why I keep several of each of the standard models available, so I've got the ability to customize relatively quickly once I do have confirmation on the artwork.
Okay, so you got the one with the little bat. If someone wanted that with one of their favorite Major League Baseball teams, or
sure.
will you? Okay, so you will do that. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done that many times already.
So super cool. I love it. I love the craftsmanship. I love the artwork. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't have a clue how you did that. So hopefully, like I said, at the end, you'll once we go not live here, not recorded, you'll tell me how that's done. But
we'll talk about trade secrets afterwards.
Yeah, and then what we're gonna, I don't know which one I'm gonna keep yet. Probably the one I've been using a few times, and that's the torpedo. And
that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, probably. You know, it's like but I'm gonna give the other one away. So anybody about 7 days after this video airs, everybody watching this video when it comes out on YouTube, all you have to do is comment down below, like, I want a nub tool. As long as it says nub in your description, when I do my random comment generator, I'll just type in the word nub. Everybody that puts nub in will give me a random name, and then I'm gonna send you one of these free of charge, and you're gonna love it. Now this one it'll have the Cigar Prop logo on it, so you know.
Kevin, I'll tell you what. Let me go ahead and add on to that. I'll send you 2 more.
Oh, right on. That'll be
I'll send you two more. I'll send you two more on Monday once the postal office is open again, and that way you'll have them before the contest or the comments need to be in, and that way you've got 3 to raffle off.
right on. And then what I'll do is I will do two of the can I get a lipstick one?
Sure.
Okay, so and then what I'll do is I'll give away I'll do one on my weekly live show, so we'll talk about it a little bit either on a Sunday or a Monday show. So I'll give we get lots of ladies that chime in on one of those shows, so I'll do one of the lipstick ones on a live giveaway. So everybody that comments on this video, I'll give 2 traditional ones away, and then we'll try and get you a little bit more, on our live show. So we'll try and promote you a little bit more over there as well, and then get you some business. Now, everybody watching this, the description below will be all the links where you can purchase these. But where can they find you on the social medias? Which social medias are you on?
Currently, I'm on YouTube as the Nubber. It's also listed on Facebook as the Nubber. And then the website, as mentioned earlier, is www.thenubber.com.
Okay.
All 3 locations will have contact information on how to reach me, and I'll be glad to talk to any customer and work with them on any of their needs or their preferences.
Okay. What about Instagram?
I haven't gotten into Instagram just yet. I know. I'm working on it, though. I've got a full-time job and a wife.
What? In the cigar industry, all we want to do, we don't care about the cigars. Nobody does. Nobody cares about the accessories. All we care about is taking that picture and putting on Instagram. That's all we care about.
I am on Instagram. I just haven't gotten out there as much as I think warrants it yet.
Okay, so do you have a Nubber
Yes.
Instagram?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, it's out there. It's just I'm not up there with your level of Instagram yet.
Okay,
Kevin.
so people can at least post a picture on Instagram and tag the Nubber. Okay. So
absolutely.
That's fine. That's where as long as you have it, that is good. So that's at least one place that
So can I get some salve now for the whipping that I just got?
Yeah. So but you need more on Instagram. You got to create the Nubber, the hashtag. You gotta have the hashtag. So you got to figure out you got to go on Instagram, figure out what hashtags haven't been used. Like, so when I opened up Cigar Prop, there was only 2 hashtags for Cigar Prop, and they were for something completely different. I don't even know what the people were posting pictures of, but so now I own the hashtag Cigar Prop. It's so, and then several other hashtags as well where I dominate as well. So I will definitely help you out. Everything, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, on social media. And then, like I said, we mentor, like I said, 4 other channels, 4 other cigar related entities, and that's what we always try and give back as much as we can, because that's what the community is. It's not about cigars. It's not really about the pictures. It's about the fellowship, and it's about just the camaraderie, just helping everybody. Nobody gets to the top alone. People have. No. I always say people have pushed me to the top. People have drugged me up to the top with them, and then at the same time, I am dragging people up with me and pushing people up with me as well, because that's what it's all about.
I've got a wonderful brother that really just kind of, like you said, kicked, pushed me along to this point right now, and I had the wonderful blessing here in the last 6 months to work with a wonderful young man who's he knows as much about food as I know about woodworking.
Yeah.
And that's just his forte. And he never would have thought that he could have done anything with that, because he always thought he was just going to be a laborer.
Yeah.
And here it is in the last 3 months. He has started his own catering business. He's just taken the steps, and it's just great to watch. It really is.
So, all right. Absolutely fantastic. Bill, I want to thank you for coming on, sharing your story with us, sharing your products with us. And like I said, everybody watching this, just comment, I want a nub tool. and we're gonna give a couple of them away. So, all right, Bill, I'm going to bring you down for a second. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see.
Thanks again, Kevin.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you very much. So, what an absolutely cool cat. Definitely the Nubber, like I said, description down below. All the links. I'll try and put everything: Instagram, Facebook, the website, and definitely look him out. At the very least, click on his website and just look around. Google Analytics, backlink, just the whole thing. At least if you can click on the website link, that helps him out. That's helped Google figure out where he is in the whole grand scheme of things, and that's what it's all about. So, all right, everybody, I think that's all we got for today. And remember, give your cigars the nub tools they deserve.